Hi guys, and welcome to this week's edition of BT Patrick Real Talk. Thank you very much to all the people that took time to watch the last week and the week before, the one I think I posted. Actually, no, I didn't post last week. So basically we had some technical issues. Can you imagine? I'm sounding like I know what I'm talking about. But anyway, we just wanted to improve some of the sounding and kind of take on board what people were talking about, hence why we thought let's best actually get some improvement before we post some new videos. So we took everything on board that everybody said, and I'm glad that the community is growing slowly but surely. We're getting there. So again, I will please ask people to just again share and just comment and like, so at least that way the feedback we're using is what we're using today to grab some more information to make sure we improve our little talk. Yeah, today's such a wonderful day, so I thought I should not miss this opportunity. It's like 33 degrees in London at the moment. I know. It's a bit of a... it's funny because I'm actually wearing a jumper and it's 33 degrees. I know you can't see this, but I am sweating. But actually all in the name of consistency. So if I remove this jumper here, I am actually dripping. I know it's not hygienically fine, but hey, gotta remain consistent. So again, without further ado, what I wanted to talk about, and just carry on in the same theme of saying, actually continuing and getting started. So I was reading the comments of 2 weeks ago, and somebody said something, it was offline, but it's something that I thought was very important to me, and I thought, let's just share that. They basically were talking about they were feeling demotivated in their own project, which I thought was quite surprising, to be honest, because their project is doing 10 times better than what I would say mine project is. But they said they were feeling demotivated, and they watched the video that I did 2 weeks ago, and they thought it pushed them and they carried on and just go back on the horse again. So with that, I started to think, and what I was thinking about is sometimes we do devalue our own importance and we don't realize the power that we may have as a human. And so what I thought to myself, like, listen, if somebody who I'm trying to aspire to, somebody who I'm actually copying even, is saying to me by watching what I would call an amateurish video or what I'm trying to do, they can get inspired, then at least there's something that I'm doing right. So again, this goes back to what we started saying. Obviously, by starting, you can just influence one person, and the more people get motivated by the ideas and the things you do, you can start to grow slowly but surely. So guys, all I'm asking you to do today is actually to lend me about 4 minutes of your time. I'll try to remain in the 4 minutes, and we'll talk about something that I think is important, something that's lacking, and it's the power of perseverance. I don't know if I can finish in the 4 minutes, but I'll introduce at least that topic. The power of perseverance. Because people intend to think that every achievement happens overnight. Success has never been an overnight process. I know we've got quite a few projects, quite people that are so lucky in life that they have success overnight. But ultimately, success is actually a succession of struggles. I'll repeat that again. So success is a succession of struggles. And the reason why I'm saying that is when I'm saying struggles, don't use struggles in a negative way or a negative connotation. It's actually challenges that you surmount. It's actually the learning that you do, that you go through to actually achieve what you want. And so the power of perseverance, what I'm trying to say is, I'm going to give you an example again. So this is why I'm thinking the 4 minutes is actually going to be out of the way. This example is, people may not know this, but I have somebody who inspires me, and somebody who's very, very close to me, somebody who's very, very dear to me. Is, for people that know me well, I call him my twin, I call him my brother, some may call him my cousin, some may call him. But what I learned from this individual is this. Natural raw talent or raw intelligence alone cannot take you anywhere on its own. And raw talent can only take you as far as probably I think the introduction. It can expose you, but it cannot continue to maintain you. So when you have raw talent, and this is what I'm going to say. So when you have raw talent, when you think you're great at something, you're probably the best speaker there is in your community. You are probably the best motivator there is in your community. That is talent. But actually to take from you where you are to actually go into the next stage, you need to know the power of perseverance and trying and trying and try again. And the reason why I'm actually using this person, he's going to remain nameless. He probably might punch me actually after seeing this video. But what I learned is that when we were growing up, and for some reason, he was quite misunderstood. And in the face of it, you could have thought maybe this person was not as clever or maybe as intelligent as probably society deemed people to be. But to me, he was probably one of the cleverest human beings I've ever known. But he just never applied himself until he changed environment. And when he changed environment, and what happened was he basically, this is actually this thing that happened in school. We started to notice when we were doing our GCSEs, basically, we were basically classed as no hopers. There was no hope at all. There was probably about 10% hope or 20% hope for me, but probably for him was like 0. But I've never seen anybody buckle down, work their behind off to surmount those challenges. And he was basically going from a U grade to now becoming a C grade student, whereby rather than doing 2 years in college like the rest of us, like anybody else would have done, they accepted to do 4 years in college. So redoing their GCSEs in college. So post 16. And you can imagine, like, basically for most people that was quite, you could have thought that was embarrassing. That was like, no, you couldn't do this, you couldn't do that. But in those 2 years, the U became a C, from a C became an A to an A star. And they've been excelling in everything they've done. And today, when I look at that person, not only I can say I'm a proud person to actually not be associated with them, but I could say it 10 times around the time. Sometimes I look around and I'm thinking, I'm looking for inspiration from him. I want to be like him in some areas. I want to be as, what's the word? I actually want to be a fighter the same way, to use the same energy to fight the same way as he does. And the reason why this happened to him, the reason why he managed to get to that level was because he persevered. He never accepted what I call his current situation at the time in 2005 to determine his future. He refused the fact that he was seen as a no-hopper. I'm not going to say I refused because I was to be a little rascal anyway somehow. But we'll talk about me in another day. But for me, it was like, when I look at where we started, where he started, to where he is now, there's a huge gap. And sometimes I sit and admire to see that he's in the position he's in. And I sit there and I'm like, not only I admire, but I want to learn something from him. Maybe when we were growing up, he was the opposite. And the message that I'm trying to deliver today is sometimes in things we do, we for most part, we give up on the first hurdle. We give up because we think, well, the teacher said this, my boss has said this, but actually nothing beats hard work and perseverance. So if you want to get motivated, you need to start starting with your inner motivation. Even when you feel like you can't do this thing, even when you feel like you're deflated, just get started. Even when you feel like you're deflated, just push yourself, because nobody else will do it for you. Nobody else will ever achieve the thing you want to achieve. And actually I'm going to break your bubble a little bit and tell you this. Nobody will ever want your success the same way as you do. And matter of fact, some people only want your success when you're still struggling. By the time you start to become slightly successful, envy starts to kick in, And maybe some may not even wish for you to actually excel as well as you want to do. So if you really want to achieve the things you want to achieve, and I'm hoping that some people have actually taken time to listen to this video to you up to this point, because I feel like dearly that this thing, I feel like there's somebody out there who needs to listen to this, needs to hear this. And I'm going to say this again, raw talent alone can never take you as far as you want to be. Perseverance is key. And there are some, I know, perseverance is key. Every single person who's achieved something has persevered. So if you want to get far in life, just learn the power of perseverance. So thank you very much, guys. So this was just today's segment, and what I will try to do, I'll try to continue this same topic next week. So we'll see if we can sort of go into it, and then just ask questions and anything you wanted me to sort of talk about, and I can research on around these things, and I'll just come and deliver them to you. So thank you, guys. Again, don't forget to subscribe, to like or share, and thank you very much for watching this video till the end. Peace out.